Amalia, founder of S.T.E.M Braids and Beyond and host of the Silver Bullet S.T.E.M podcast. Today, I'm so excited to have my guest, a fellow immigrant or second generation or first generation American. And I'm going to go ahead and allow her to introduce herself. You guys are in for such a treat today. Aileen, please go ahead and tell us about you.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Nnenna or Aileen, and I work for Google as a software engineer. I'm originally from Michigan, born and raised. I'm of Nigerian descent, and I live in New York City. I think that's everything that came off the top of my head.
Awesome. Somebody wanted to get in touch with you after the podcast. How would they reach out to you?
Sure. You can reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is she_is_lioness.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and grab the link and put it in the description box too, so everybody can.
Perfect.
Yeah, awesome. So, you part of your intro, you told us about yourself. So, can you tell us what you do at Google and what does your day look like usually?
Sure. So, I work in Google Ads, and I'm sure everyone is familiar with, ads. Everyone complains about how, I looked at a picture of shoes, and then now every page I look on, they're advertising more shoes.
Well, you're the person who caused that.
Yes, exactly. We're behind that. And so the whole ads ecosystem is very, very complex. Can't really get into it right now. But yeah, we are behind what helps advertisers basically, because advertisers are competing to show their ads to you. So every time there's an opportunity to show you an ad, there are multiple advertisers that are basically bidding to win, basically to show their ad to you. So I'm behind that technology, and so I work in the New York office, and we have like a hybrid work schedule. So I'm in the office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I work from home on Mondays and Fridays. And yeah, a typical work day is, checking emails and, doing code reviews, code changes, team meetings, fixing bugs, addressing bugs that came out from customers. So yeah, that's pretty much what my day consists of.
So you are in software. So are you a software engineer, software spy? What is the?
Yes. My position is software engineer.
Oh, nice. Do you have to learn a lot of programming codes? Because you said about fixing bugs and troubleshooting.
Okay, yeah. Definitely, you have to be the type of person that can almost be fluid in terms of languages, computer languages. So like throughout the day, my job mostly consists of Java, C++, and some other maybe more like lesser known like technologies.
Wow.
So yeah, you definitely need to be able to switch in and out of different languages and technologies to be successful.
Okay, so is this job, software engineer, the dream job you had as a child, and what qualities about you as a child you felt made you great for this kind of job?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, because people definitely ask me that, and I almost feel like I stumbled across this career because, let's be honest, growing up, I didn't know any software engineers. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know even about, honestly, when I was a child, there wasn't even a such thing as Google. I don't need to date myself.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah. I don't need to date myself, but yeah, when I was a child, I guess there was definitely Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yes. And so as a child, like I was always personally very fascinated by computers, And so not necessarily even like programming, but just like computers in general. Like I just really felt like I understood computers and all the different softwares. I knew how to work them. I would help my parents, whether it was Excel and making nice spreadsheets and making, how in spreadsheet you can have formulas for all the cells and all that stuff. Like I love doing that type of stuff. And then like I also got into like web development. So I mean that is like programming too, where you have to learn like HTML, CSS, stuff like that. So I was always very, very, very comfortable around computers. It was just like, me and computers spoke the same language. We just understood each other. You know how some people are like, I'm not good with computers, I'm not good with technology. Like I was the opposite.
Wow.
So I was just always gravitating towards computers. And but then like when I got to high school, again in high school, people kind of are almost, is it pigeonholed where it's like, oh, these people are good at math and science, these people are good at the arts, these people are good at whatever, you know what I mean? And so even though I was actually good in arts and stuff like that, I was pretty good at computer math and science. Nice. And so I quickly kind of felt like that was my zone, the math and science. And so when it came time to apply to colleges, it was like a no-brainer. I'm going to apply to engineering school. And so when I applied to engineering school, I applied to Michigan College of Engineering. And then in that program, like in your application, they ask you what you want to study. And I was just like, well, I like computers. So computer, and I'm applying to engineering. So computer engineering. I didn't know anything about computer engineering. I just basically was like, I like computers and I'm going to engineering school. So computer engineering. And they always tell you like, oh, you can always change it, right? This is just, preliminary, like, in your application. So I didn't even think that much of it, but I ended up sticking to it. Yeah. So it wasn't like, I basically stumbled into this industry. I didn't really know enough about it to choose it consciously. You know what I mean? Wow. And then I think like when it came time to grad school though, because computer engineering is more of hardware. And so that was when I kind of realized, I think I like software more. And then that's when I actually consciously chose to study computer science as a grad student.
Oh, wow. What I love that you spoke about in high school is that some people get pigeonholed into STEM or art. And one of the things I think we don't realize is that Steve Jobs is considered both an artist and a technologist. And so to pigeonhole someone and say you're an art, or there's a hybrid where the two come together. I don't know if it's the natural evolution of who we are as people, but you don't have to be one thing. You can take that same artistic talent and apply it to something that is STEM based. Would you agree?
I totally agree. I love that you brought up Steve Jobs because like he definitely talked about how he would study different fonts and all the stuff. Like he was into the arts, and again, like some of this is part of my immigrant upbringing, right? Because like when you're asked to pick a career, they want to know, hey, are you going to get a job that can pay? Right. Okay. Right. And not all artists get jobs. You know what I mean? And so like, we kind of come here with a kind of like a survival mentality. You need to focus on a career that will get you paid. Right. This is not the time.
Because bills are real.
Bills are real, exactly. So that was also part of what was pushing me towards like the technology, because I felt like, again, at the time I had a lot of limiting beliefs like, oh, to make it in certain of these industries, you need to have a network, you need to have, you know, people that you need to look a certain way, you know, I have a funny name, you know, all these things that I was just like, you know, I have a better chance of being successful in like, you know, science and math, you know, because it's more of a meritocracy. That was like my mentality at the time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to pull out from you that you were, when you were talking about computers as you were growing up, I feel like everybody is good at everything that is STEM, but we all have a dominant trait. From our conversation, I feel like yours might have been curiosity growing up. Would you agree?
I totally agree. I was just a very curious kid, and I was like a bookworm. I just love reading. Yeah.
Yep.
So I remember when we brought our first computer into the house, it was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I couldn't leave it alone. Yeah. So it was definitely curiosity. Yeah.
Funny true story. During my master's, I had to learn a few programming codes, and fixing the bugs was the challenge because I wasn't curious enough to care. So I had a desire to get it right on the first time because I didn't like going back to have to fix the bugs. And I was like, people who do this are definitely curious because you're going through every line, and it's so because you brought it up, and
so
it's so
true.
beautiful.
So true. Yeah. To fix bugs, there's a lot of digging, and yeah. So true.
Oh, wow. So to circle back to what you do for work, do you provide coaching?
No, not at the moment. No.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not. I have thought about it, you know, and I definitely would have to think about even the legality aspect of it, because like I don't think I can provide interview coaching because I work for Google. You know what I mean? It would be like unethical. But yeah, I think specifically with the context of like interviewing, I don't think I'm allowed to do that. But maybe I could do like more generic, you know, coaching.
Okay. Just in case you did coaching, I wanted to make sure that we plug that too.
Okay.
I actually was coaching, I guess, from a business perspective of being able to shape ads for businesses, in case that's something you did.
Oh no, I haven't thought about that. No. Yeah, no, I'm not really doing coaching right now, but we could talk about that.
Listen, I'm here to plug. And so lastly, what was your family dynamic like, and what can parents do to be able to support a child that may be naturally curious and to shape them into someone who's open to STEM? What do you think?
Wow, that's a great question. I definitely feel like my upbringing had a lot to do with, you know, where I am today. You know, I was more curious than my brothers for sure. Like, I think some of that is maybe some gender differences too, not to put like stereotypes or whatever, but you know, I feel like boys have a lot more energy and are, you know, a bit more distracted, you know what I mean? And so so I say this to say, like, I feel like the culture in our house, like, was like, the floor was high. So like, even if you don't make it to the top, like you can only fall so far below, right? You know, there were certain grades that were not tolerated. You know, like there were like the standard was really, really high, you know? And so like we didn't watch TV. Like my mom really like basically didn't play. You know, we watched TV like on the weekends and stuff like that, but like we weren't like just allowed to just be watching TV all day long, you know. So the culture in the house was very like academic, you know. And so my parents, like we would go to the library. We basically lived in the library. It seems like you get what I'm saying.
We always lived around, my kids and I always lived around the corner from a library, and I didn't even make the connection. And the kids were like, why is the library on the corner of every place we've lived? And I didn't even make the connection. So it's funny that you're saying that.
That is so funny. That is so funny. Yeah. So yeah, we definitely had a culture in the house that was like, it was like inevitable that you would like at least make something of yourself. You know what I mean?
Expectation for greatness. We don't care what it is. Just
you said what?
So there was an expectation for greatness. We don't care what it is, just be great.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, actually, my dad wanted me to be a doctor, but you know, that I just knew that wasn't for me. You know, I don't like blood and stuff like that. You know, so yeah. So like you said, as long as I was able to do something that I could make something of myself, you know. So
what is beautiful about what you said is that, and this is something that I'm shaping for a post, is that you don't have to be good at everything in STEM. Like you knew biology wasn't your thing. You needed something different. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
So it's funny enough, I was good at biology. Yeah, you know, but I just knew that actually dealing with like organisms wasn't my thing. So I could deal with it in theory. You know what I mean? Like memorize all the, you know, the autonomy, memorize all the electron transport chain and all that stuff we have to do. But like, and yeah, especially biology has a lot of memorization, more so than like, let's say math, which is more so like you deduce. You don't have to memorize a whole bunch of stuff. Like you just like, you know, you deduce and you solve problems, which that was more of my comfort zone. So, but yeah, I just knew that, like, I knew myself. I just couldn't do with like blood and what do you call, like when we would do the dissecting or stuff like that. I that just wasn't. And some people love that stuff. Yeah, yeah. Some people, oh yes, we're gonna cut up some frogs today. You know, and that's how they know that that's for them, right? But I knew, nope.
You need to keep your hands clean.
Exactly. So, yeah. So I was fortunate enough to be able to find something at the time that I was, number one, good at, and number two, I felt confident enough that I would be able to find a job in, because that was really my thing at the time.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So I have two final questions because I want to be able to honor your time.
Oh,
What sort of games did you play as a child? That's one. And if you can just close out by sharing whatever you would like a child who looks like you, wants to be like you in the future, like what kind of encouraging words can you give them?
All right. What type of games did I play? I mean, what comes to mind is we played card games. We played, is that what you mean?
So I found that certain games are STEM based. So like my son, by the time he was 6, he was doing 1 to 300 piece puzzles and he was knocking them out like this. And the first time I found out that puzzles had a STEM connection, I didn't even know what STEM was. So my journey into STEM was even accidental. So like what sort of activities do potential STEMers play at TSM? So that, I guess that's what, and if cards is it, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I would have to think about that to go down memory lane, because I definitely played all types of games. Like,
what made you happiest?
When I was
what made you happiest?
What made me happiest? I remember doing things like origami. Do you remember origami? Yeah. So, yeah, but I think what made me happiest was like building stuff. So like designing web pages and stuff like that. Or yeah, like I love doing graphic design and graphic arts and stuff like that, you know? So, yeah, and I'm sure more stuff will come to mind, like even after I get off this call, because I have to go way back to remember.
I love asking the hard questions. I'm sorry.
It's all good. So, and then I think the second thing you asked me was like encouragement for or words for someone that looks like me or
looks like you and wants to get into STEM and may feel like it's me. We were fortunate enough to stumble into it. Somebody who's trying to stumble into it or be purposeful, what kind of encouraging words would you give?
Sure. Yeah, I would say like someone like me who didn't even really know about the industry, like if I can get into it, I mean, you who like now we know like how big this field is. Now we know like there's so many resources now that weren't available before. Like when I was coming up, there was no like online coding school or anything like that. Like now, like this industry is like there's so much information now than ever before. And it's available to you, right? And honestly, all you have to do is have the desire in yourself. Like you don't even need to, because sometimes we make excuses and be like, oh, you know, there's nobody that looks like me, or I haven't seen it. Like you can be the first.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'm used to being the first. And that's probably what is I guess one of the things that has helped me, because like you noted, my parents are immigrants. So, and I'm the firstborn. So like I didn't have like older siblings and cousins and all this stuff to show me how to do stuff, right? I was the first person that you know, went to the University of Michigan, and like a lot of stuff. I'm not afraid of being the first.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just believe in like if you have this desire, like, and you have God or whoever you believe in, like it's yours. Just focus on that and don't take no for an answer. That's another thing.
Okay.
That's one of mine. Yeah.
One of the things you live by.
Yeah.
What I hear you saying, I'm not afraid. You are not afraid to be a pioneer, and you're encouraging people pioneer your own future, pioneer your own space, pioneer your own truth. What do you say?
Exactly. There's a first time for everything.
Woo.
So,
woo.
So you get to be the first, even if you don't know people, right? And yeah, and then if you do know people, all the more better, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Get connected with them. You know, don't do things the hard way if you don't have to.
Preach on.
Yeah. Don't do things the hard way if you don't have to. If you know people who can help you, who have experience in that field, then please leverage your resources, leverage your connections. Yes. And we have so many resources now.
Absolutely.
Than ever before.
Okay.
Yeah. Seriously.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. You've been incredible.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'm about to stop streaming, so let's chat a little bit after.
Okay. All right.